So the ball of for want of a better word, forgive the terminology. You'll probably have heard of this from Katie McKenna's Beyond Survival, the Therapy Podcast episode, season 2, episode 7, I believe it was, just recently released there on Friday. Had a few people reach out to me and ask a little bit more about the ball of or the ball of shot, I like to call it, and what exactly I mean by that. So great questions that I've been getting, and I love having the dialogue. Please encourage anyone and everyone to reach out with anything that you'd like me to cover or any comments that you have. Always fascinated to share. The ball of shit, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about projection. So what happens is I have this thing, this icky, yucky, horrible thing that I don't want to deal with, this item about myself that I just find, intolerable in some kind of way. So I take this ball of shit. That's mine. It's my stuff, but I fire it in your direction because I don't want to have to deal with it. So when it's fired at you, you kind of have 3 choices in that moment. Number 1 is to stand there and take it splat full in the face, which understandably we don't want, because I end up walking away covered in someone else's shit or carrying somebody else's shit away with me, which is just not intolerable, unacceptable in any kind of a way. So if you find that happening to you, and what that might look like in real life is you have some sort of an exchange with somebody and you walk away feeling like shit or feeling less than in some kind of a way, or a dig has been made at you, or maybe it's even more subtle than that and it's more manipulative, and you just don't feel good about yourself walking away. And yet you didn't feel that way walking into the interaction with the other person. That's when you kind of get a sense of, something got transmitted in that exchange that I had with that person that was less than wholesome or less than savoury. In that moment, you've been hit by the ball of shit, unfortunately. So you walk away covered in their stuff. And I suppose the best you can do for yourself in that scenario is to kind of brush yourself off, remind yourself, this is not mine to carry, this is not mine to hold. I'm not going to tolerate that or accept it going forward. So that's one way to deal with the ball of shit or the projection that comes our way. But another way might be to, what if I learn to see the signs, learn to see this ball of shit or this projection coming my way, see it in the moment, step to one side and let it whiz past my head and hit the wall behind me. So in this scenario, I don't walk away feeling like because I recognize that is not mine to hold. That's that belonging to that other person. I choose not to take that on. Love it. Fantastic. And yet there's a third option that might be what I consider the gold standard of, projection identification. And that's when you see the ball of coming your way, right? But this time maybe you catch the ball and instead you fire it right back at the person who sent it in your direction in the first place. So that might look something along the lines of, do you know what? I hear what you're saying, but I think that this is actually for you to have a look at and for you to deal with, because it doesn't sound like this is, for my stuff and for me to work on. Maybe you could have another look at this. Now that's challenging and difficult to do in the moment. And certainly I would say be safe psychologically, physically and otherwise. Safety is key, and safety is first and foremost. If you feel that, doing that third option, the gold standard, is going to get you targeted in any kind of way, then do not do it. Just avoid that. Instead, choose option 1 or 2, where at least, if you're brushing it off, fantastic, at least you're not carrying it. And if you're, avoiding it in the first place and recognizing, whoa, I'm not taking that on, super, all the better. Option 3 is only really for situations where you feel like you're going to be heard, or you feel like you're not going to be attacked for it as a direct result. So let me know your thoughts. Forgive the analogy, but for me, it's the best way I can think of to kind of describe this projection that we encounter so often. Fascinated to hear your thoughts on the matter. Have you experienced some of this? Have you caught the ball of as it comes heading towards you? Have you managed to avoid it? Have you learned the signs of it? Have you learned which people are most prone to trying to send this stuff in your direction? Love to hear your comments. Follow for more, and be sure to share with friends.